So as you can see from the title, this is a very me kind of video, and I was going to do it in a slightly different way. Well, you know me, I like to tell my stories and stuff, so we're going to go for that kind of boudoir fragrances. Like, no fragrances for that kind of scenario, that kind of thing. You could look at it in many ways. You could look at it as a date or whatever. It's just a bit of fun in it, really. You know, it is. These lists are about anything, isn't there? Have a top 10 brushing your teeth fragrances, couldn't it, really? It's just about talking about the fragrances. So yeah, we'll crack on with it. So yeah, we're going to start at the beginning of it. So you've gone out to a club, a little kind of you know, dance club back in the day, and you're not going there for any particular reason. A few drinks to enjoy the entertainment and stuff. So you know, and the whole club's going to be smelling quite boozy. Probably some, you know, cigars and stuff. People drinking absinthe because that's kind of the time, you know, Moulin Rouge-esque. So what I've gone for there is from Jusbox, and that's Sirens and Sailors, which starts out a little bit rosy, kind of a thick rosy scent, and then as it kind of develops, the boozy notes come through, such as there's like I'd say there's kind of peachy booziness, like a peach schnapps, some sort of whiskey and brandy and rum, and they all kind of go together nicely. And there's this kind of smooth chic leather under it all. It's the kind of thing that would really suit a kind of a club of debauchery and things like that, isn't it? You know, you just sat there drinking your posh cocktails and whatnot, and that's it really. I mean, we all know this fragrance, want to bang on about a lot. It is very good from them, and like I say, it has little nods here and there to other fragrances, but as it starts to develop and stuff, it's very much its own thing, and it's based on what Amy Winehouse was obviously quite a hedonist. You know, it's got that kind of feel and everything and vibe about it. It's lovely. So yeah, for kind of first going in the club, is Amy Winehouse, Jusbox's Siren and Sailor. Then, you know, you've been sat there a while, you've been enjoying your drinks, and that one dancer, yeah, she's been checking you out, she's been looking at you, you know, in the crowd there, and you kind of just sat there again, drinking your little cocktail, sipping on it, and one of the security guards comes up to you and gives you a folded piece of paper, and it's got a name in it, Tallulah. Come meet me backstage after the show. Yeah, you're quite excited. So what's the backstage gonna smell like? Well, it's gonna smell of like vintagey kind of florals and big florals and that kind of powdery feel. So I've gone for Amouage's Gold Woman. Now, Amouage's Gold Woman quite often gets compared to Chanel No. 5. Yeah. In a way, yes. In a way. But this is, I'd say Gold Woman's more predominantly about a kind of pink rosy feel. Again, all them powdery notes. It's not really lipstick-esque, but it is powdery rose, which makes you think of the makeup and stuff. This is what backstage is going to smell like. It's got the vintage kind of touch. It's probably the aldehydes that people notice. I think this one also has Lily of the Valley. And again, Lily of the Valley, as much as I love it, it does have a kind of vintage nod to it, doesn't it, as a note. It's not used enough anymore now, and it's all surrounded in these absolutely gorgeous, stunning musks. This is kind of, yeah, exactly what the backstage kind of area would smell like as you're having a bit of a chat with her and that, and everyone, they're all covered in their powdery makeup and the smell of it in the air. You know, the perfumes they've all been spraying before they all go to perform. I think it's a beautiful one. So that's Amouage's Gold Woman. So next, obviously, little Tallulah invites you up to a room, and you know, you're quite nervous as you walk up the stairs. And when you get in there, this room is all covered in purple and black lace everywhere. She's got a massive makeup table with with a big mirror. There's lipsticks, there's powders, there's stuff all over, and it just smells of that. And then she's got like she pulls on a leather bodice for you. She goes and gets changed. So you've got that little mix of the leather in there with all them powdery notes. She's powdering her face with this kind of violety makeup as well. So the whole room just smells of like 1940s, what you'd imagine a boudoir to smell of. Lipstick and leather and all of that. And obviously I've gone for, I didn't think I mentioned this, did I? Chanel Misia, which is all of them things, which I may or may not have mentioned. But yeah, it's all of them things together, isn't it? And it's magnificent. It's got that class and that elegance. And you see all the purples and blacks. It's like hints of a dark fuchsia pink and that in there. And the fragrance is just absolutely magnificent. It's like they've captured what we see as that era in a bottle. And it would certainly suit a dancer's boudoir, wouldn't it? So for that is Chanel's Misia. Now next, obviously she's going to come over and throw you down on the bed and kiss you and kiss you and kiss you some more. You kind of get them sparks, that magic and stuff. And like I say, she's in that leather bodice. She sprayed a cherry perfume, and we all know cherry's a little bit naughty. That kind of lovely sweetness there. Kind of even a little tiny hint of amaretto. There's licorice feeling stuff in there. The leather, it's all powdery. So Le Petit Robe Noir Black Perfecto from Guerlain is what I've gone for here, which is all of them things. But it's also got the sensation of the kisses there, that the kind of buzz and the kind of uncontrollable way you get from the musks from this perfume. It's just magnificent. And again, it does have a certain, I don't know what it is about it, it has a certain vintage feel about it. It's not something you'd smell nowadays. All that Le Petit Robe Noir line have this kind of Guerlain elegance, a kind of smell of the old days and old day kind of class and stuff. And yeah, you can't get anything more kind of sexy and seductive to go with them kisses than Guerlain's Le Petit Robe Noir Black Perfecto. Now next is obviously, we'll just call it the main event. You know, this is an incredibly self-confident, strong woman who knows what she wants and she's gonna take it. And what sort of a perfume would the event have? You know, a little bit of naughtiness in the perfume. You know, she's taken complete control. She's holding you down. She's she's enjoying herself as much as you are. Youth Dew from Estee Lauder. Now this one's got kind of a touch of a Coca-Cola feel. It's like these rich ambery feelings. There's a lot of cloves in this one. Now obviously I've got a modern version. I think there might still be the teeniest hint of castoreum. There's something in there that is a little bit naughty, and obviously there's the jasmine and all the florals that go through it, which again have just a naughty kind of tiny wing, but all together with the spices, the ambers, all these kind of florals, the kind of cheeky touch in there. It's just this big, huge, massive cloud of this very kind of, well, you know, confident and secure in herself person. Be a man or a woman, you've got to know what you're doing, and you're gonna be someone who is always in control, I think, if you wear big Youth Dew. So yeah, for the kind of the nookie is Estee Lauder's Youth Dew. Obviously when that's all done you're feeling very euphoric and chilled, but the air is just filled with musks and this kind of soft tenderness as you like touching each other's skin and little tiny kisses and that. So it's going to be obviously Kilian's Rolling in Love, which is kind of a soft, clean, kind of floral feel. I think it's tuberose that's mainly listed in it. There's iris, Yeah, there's a tiny powdery aspect to it, and then I think the tuberose is probably what gives it this little bit of a cherry feel. It's sort of almondy again, giving it the tiny cherry feel. Now the almond milk thing isn't overly noticeable in that, but I think it gives that kind of feeling of like soft kind of skin, doesn't it, about it, like human skin. And obviously the millions of musks in this, not just the ambre, give a tender, innocent but very carnal feel to it. Especially the ambre, it's like you are relaxed, but it is that grrr kind of relaxed kind of feeling, and it's magnificent. You'll want to keep sniffing them. You'll just smell that them musks on a person that make you go kind of crazy. And yeah, that's basically what Rolling in Love is. It's both things together. It's both the tenderness of the loving, and it's both the kind of wild, carnal, crazy animalistic kind of raw urges, you know, if you get what I mean. Amazing fragrance, Kilian's Rolling in Love. Well, after that, she's starting to be a little more frisky after the gentle snuggling, and maybe it's time for round two. But before round two, I mean, we've got to have the kind of signature cigarette, haven't we? I mean, why not? And she's sprayed some big jasmine perfume on her. So next we go to Portrayal from Amouage, which is this vintage, mega massive, kind of that classic style jasmine with a touch of elemi. There's tobacco in it. It's kind of a resinousness kind of touch about it. It's huge again. It's bold. It's confident. That cigarette smoke in there. It's not like an ashtray. It's just got that kind of, I don't know, I'll say it, this kind of sexy feel about it. You know, it's kind of, again, exudes a lot of confidence and knowing what they're doing, etc. I keep saying that, don't I? It's just, oh, wild garlic. But it's just a magnificent fragrance of that era. And again, don't worry, it still feels quite modern. If you don't like jasmine with a little hint of tuberose, you probably struggle with this one. But like I say, it's the sweet, big, massive jasmine that is just absolute utter heaven. So that's Portrayal from Amouage. And finally, you know, it's a long kiss goodnight. That's the next one, isn't it? She's pulled on this kind of lacy purple bodice, a little flouncy rah-rah skirt thing, a little bit of leather, a purple flower in her hair. And what she's gone and done is sprayed Lolita Lempicka, the original, and she just smells absolutely magnificent again as she's drawing on her purple lipstick and eyeliner and makeup and stuff. I don't know, I know you don't draw stuff on, but you know what I mean. And it's just this smell of this kind of sweet, dark fruitiness about it, isn't it? But again, it's got this magnificent, gorgeous licorice and the dark violet, the dark sweet vein of violet. And again, it's another one that has a sneaky amount of incredible musk about it. The musk is really kind of, again, quite addictive and what have you. And as she's all dressed, she's kissing you passionately. You've got your hands around her waist, you're kissing her neck and all of that, really enveloping this. And you know, basically she gives you a little wink, puts her phone number in your pocket and says, oh, I'll see you tomorrow, darling. Because that's how she speaks. So yeah, for the kind of long kiss goodnight is Lolita Lempicka's Lolita Lempicka. And the last one for these kind of boudoir fragrances is Date with a Dame from One Way Bridge. It's had to be in here, isn't it? This is, you know, you're waking up, was it all a dream, was it real? Date with a Dame's got that kind of anise, cherry-like sort of tuberose running through it. I think there is anise as well in there. There's also these just unbelievably beautiful musks. And again, it's that kind of mix of these kind of clean, fresh, not laundry musks, but kind of almost nearly soapy, but not quite kind of musky feel, mixed with this kind of naughty, cheeky wink in there. And the musks again will drive you a little bit crazy. It's just magnificent, and it proper envelops you. But this one, considering the fragrances I've just spoken about, it doesn't smell like any of them, by the way, but you know, with them musks, with the cheeky cherry kind of wink, the big white florals, this would be, you know, your morning after, because they're all mixed on your skin and in your memories and stuff. And this one kind of has that feeling. And this is thinking about seeing her the next night and the wild excitement and all of that. It's a beautiful fragrance. So that's Date with a Dame from One Way Bridge. So that's it. I mean, whether we call this one boudoir fragrances or fragrances for loving or something like that, I don't know. I'll decide in the end. But you know what I mean, it's kind of, there are them big bold fragrances, them fragrances with that kind of vintage touch, but more in the kind of carnal, loving, fun kind of way. I think these are some of my favourite fragrances in here. I obviously really warm towards the kind of makeup-y or very musky, very floral fragrances. And that's really the end of the video. What would a boudoir smell like to you? What would one of these clubs smell like? What would you wear to go there? Yeah, it's just a bit of fun in it. And that's the end of the video. I don't need to waffle on. Bye.